know where the Rutherford is?
You got a rub maps. Have you seen
That's
that?
my friend Tony.
What?
And this is the story of how we got stuck 300 miles away from home in Mammoth. We were going on a ski trip. That's Vasquez Rocks, by the way. It's been in a lot of movies and commercials. It was a great trip. We headed up to Mammoth. It's a 300-mile trip. And we had got some great skiing in. And then it was time to go home. And just as we're heading through town to leave, the car just stops running while I'm going down the street. Fortunately, this didn't happen in the middle of the desert.
Oh man, I think I just fell around. It's okay.
Tahoe's not far. Tahoe's a couple hours. Tahoe's closer than Mammoth is us.
Oh,
Fucking friend, dude. You're driving in snow. Drive slow and put the camera down. Come on, man. And 2 babies at home.
Tony's inability to navigate, causing us to miss several turns, was the first sign that this trip was not going to go like our typical Mammoth trip.
Just left of the way. Left of the way.
I can't see where the lines are.
Whoa, no traction.
Yeah, so put the fucking camera down.
No, we should flip around. Flip a bitch. Flip a bitch, we're so close. Flip a bitch, man. No. We're wait. Okay. Which way? Bitch, like, I'm trying. No, this way. Dude. Okay. Alright, so don't turn here, turn the second street. Turn right here. Right now. Whoa. What? Wolf. Okay. What are you? Fucking wolf. Was it? Yep. Dire wolves. The dire wolf? Oh, fuck.
It's a new day, and it's time to do some snow skiing.
Park anywhere where? Anywhere you see a spot. I hope I get out of here.
Tony's got to get his ticket. All right, time to hit the lift. Lift number 2 right here. Busiest lift probably in the world, generally.
This is the touring edition, so
In China, this is a limo.
I bet. No, today felt great. Today felt awesome.
So now we're back at the pad. We're gonna pack up, get everything in the car. Homeboy right here is gonna take a ride to Bishop because that's where he lives. And yeah, we're just gonna hit the road, head back to LA, get back to the world. Oh, quick blunt before we head out. And yeah, time to go. So we get in the car, we're heading out.
Meat. Mahogany meat.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are gonna go there? Well, it was open. See it. It should be open.
Probably get some jerky. Uh-oh, someone got on my car.
Really? Why?
Just ah.
Huh?
Just ah.
It's off?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh shit.
Checking the lights on. That's not good.
You're not out of gas, are you?
It feels like the starter's turning and the car's not turning over.
Getting any start.
Oh, girl was walking in that cold. Like, fuck, that's cold. They're crazy.
They're used to laughing like it's so cold. See this one little young girl. I blacked out the one day. And I wanted to go to the bathroom, and they're all sitting there, and they're like, buy some beer, buy some beer. And I'm like, how old are you kids? And they're like 13. They're like, buy some beer. I'm like, no. And then the one girl's like, she'll suck your dick.
Oh my god.
But it's weird that it just shut off. That doesn't make sense.
That's weird.
Sorry.
Nice one, Chad. So we really don't know what to do, so we're just gonna go back to the pad. There's a sign where my car is parked that says that you can't park there overnight, so we're gonna have to come back. But at least we could just relax at the house, try to think of what we're gonna do. Tony's, you know, letting everybody know with his family, like, what's going on, and now we're back. And the plan now, we got a little bit of tools. We're gonna look at the air box, see if any water got in the air cleaner, because it's been raining and snowing, but we did not find anything. It was cold. It was so cold while we were doing this.
I turned off my car, started it back up, and then 5 minutes down the road, it just stopped. So now I'm stuck up here, and it looks like we're going to be taking a flight home right now.
It's not my first time taking the flight out of Mammoth to LA. When I was 6 years old, I was really sick and sent home to my dad because it's just not good to be sick at 9,000 feet.
Championship. Oh, you can win it right here. Woo! You can win it right here. The comeback of the century. Oh, dang! Oh, no. Nice. Nice start, Steve. Good comeback. Thanks, dude. Sick. Who would have thought? Shit. Right? I thought I threw my best starts and you just come back, dude. That's pretty good. I've never had a good game like that.
Really good fight there.
Are you sure you want to take off on a plane? And it's that windy out there?
We come outside to find it starting to snow when we're about to get on a plane.
It is?
Yeah, where? See it.
Oh man. That sucks.
Well, that's not going to stop a plane. Not like this.
Right? It needs to be a little heavier than this, right?
Yeah.
From Megalodon.
There is a ton of obsidian in this area around Mammoth Lakes. So now we're heading out to the airport. Just leaving the house. And God, it's just so nice out here. It would have been nice to just kind of stay out here and just ski the whole week while we figure out the car situation, but Tony had to get out of here. There was just no way. And we really weren't prepared for a long stay. We didn't pack much. But honestly, like, what do you need to just go ski every day? I think it was the stress of not knowing what was going to happen with my car and how I was going to get it home or what was wrong with it. It was just hard to go out and enjoy skiing with that kind of stress. Here's the airport. I am excited about this flight, even though this was certainly not the plan.
There's the shuttle. We could have taken the shuttle.
We have these same things. So if you do take the shuttle, just tell me you're staying at Juniper. Hopefully you get a free view from the plane.
Yeah.
For sure. Bye, man. Thank you.
So here we are heading into the airport. I don't really like flying. I'm just fortunate that it's not the prop plane that they used to fly out of here. The first flight I took, there was like 10 seats on the plane, but I was 6 years old. I didn't know better. I've been on these little jets before, these United Express flights, and you know, it's not too bad. It's comfortable. Here's the plane came in, the people are getting off the plane. This guy's like, what? It's pretty awesome that we can just fly in and out of Mammoth. These flights were $120, but When you start, you know, adding luggage, like let's say you want to bring a snowboard or something, that's when it gets kind of pricey. So yeah, the plane's unloading. Some people are looking at me like, what's with the camera? I actually get nervous about flying, guys. I know we're not going to crash or nothing like that, but it's just not the way I want to go out. Looks like Tony's doesn't really care. But me, I'm like, oh. So yeah, it's almost time to get on the plane. They got us loading up. Cruising on in. Such a small operation they have going on here. They have like, what, 2 flights a day? Check out the cockpit.
Good, how are you?
And get to our seats. Now, I probably could have made this video a lot shorter, guys. But I'm in the Eastern Sierra, and it's beautiful, and I'm about to be up in a plane. So I'm going to show you stuff that I've seen from the plane all the way from takeoff and then landing. Pretty much the whole flight we're like above the clouds and there was nothing to see. So this is probably about when I'm getting most nervous because we're taxiing to the runway and about to take off. And I noticed that there's a no smoking sign, and newer planes don't have no smoking signs, am I right? So that makes me think this must be an old plane. Considering the weather, this flight went incredibly well. I was expecting bad turbulence. It was very smooth. Like, yeah, the typical bumping around through the clouds. That's the Sherwin range. So, where can you find the Smokehouse Jalapeno? I can only find the Smokehouse these days. Here we are, we finally made it through the clouds. And back in the clouds. Because it's almost time to land already. And wouldn't you know, my favorite part of the planet down there, Point Doom, right down there at the tip. If you've probably already seen this place in so many videos, like there's like rock climbing, amazing surf, like one of the most sought after parts of Malibu to live down there. My favorite part of the planet. I'd probably, yeah, I love it. We got to see so many cool things. Like there's a Santa Monica Bay. That's Palos Verdes, that like mountain looking thing off in the distance. There's LAX right by the wing. Oh, look, that's the new Rams Stadium that they're building. And then that's the Forum, the little building next to it. There goes the 10 and the 405 freeways. I mean, this is incredible. Baldwin Hills oil fields. Oh, USC! There's USC right there. How cool. You can also see the Coliseum and the new soccer stadium next to it that's white. And that's the 110 freeway. And then downtown off in the distance. Hollywood sign is actually right on that hill just past downtown. You can just barely, and you can't really see it. Unfortunately, it was a little bit hazy, so you couldn't see things very clearly. But finally, ready to kiss the ground. Oh, this is the best part of any flight. See that mound of dirt? So I always grab the throw-up bags. You know we need those guys for the Uber rides. There's the mound of dirt again. That is what they excavated to build the extension to the Bradley terminal, which is the big international terminal at LAX. So here we go. The charge. Actually, everybody was really chill getting off this plane. It wasn't the typical situation where people are just trying to rush past. Like, people were so polite and letting people by. And then, bam. As soon as we come out of the airport, we see that car accident. Hey, Maddox. What's up? What's up, Maddox? Oh, Emma. And here we are. Back in the valley. Get dropped off by Tony and Katie. And here we are, a few days later. Let me tell you about the plan. So, I didn't know what to do, okay? I hope AAA doesn't see this video, because I'm about to tell you how I got my car back. Now, since it was at a shop, I left it at a shop in Mammoth, I was able to use my mom's 200-mile tow, because she has me on her account. Now, I didn't have to go there. I was able to get it picked up and meet them 200 miles from Mammoth in Mojave. So I just had to drive 100 miles to where I'm at now. And then they brought the car to me. Now, I have my dad with me. He has another AAA account. So plan was, and we didn't know if this was going to work or not, is to have my dad call a AAA after this car gets dropped off.
YouTuber or something?
Yeah. Really?
And you wouldn't believe it. It really went well. So here we are. We're next to this Shell station. I don't think I even got... All the shots make it look like we're in the middle of nowhere, but we're actually right next to a Shell station. There's the broken timing belt. That's what was wrong. That's why my car just completely died. A broken timing belt. Here's the second tow truck that my dad ordered on his AAA account. And I can't believe this is working right now. Like, I didn't think this was going to go. But they're taking the car. If this wasn't going to work, the plan was to go get like a U-Haul thing, a truck, figure something else out. But it was so late by this point that I was going to have to leave my car here and probably come back. I'm glad this worked out. Our tow truck drivers disappeared, and that's what I'm talking about in the next clip. I think they want to make a stop. Because you notice how they're like, oh yeah, we're going to drive slow, so just go on ahead and meet us there. And then now they're gone. That's where the Voyager was built and flew. Did the Voyager go from here to here?
No, it did.
So, from here to here.
The driver's got the car and we're following them.
Here we are just cruising through Mojave, the small town of Mojave, on the 14. About to head home. It just drives me crazy that I can't do this with this camera. It's just, I can't. I mean, maybe I'll get better, but I cannot hold this thing still. There's all kinds of trains here. That's a mine up beyond the train. I get a better shot of this mine as we're going by. I'm not sure what mine that is. There it is. That's the mine. Sometimes you see the trucks, the huge trucks driving up there. Long drive home, right? You see that long straight road? It's like, oh. Despite things going really well, this still ended up being a pretty long day. It's such a good feeling to get this thing back home. Even though it's not running and I don't know if it's going to get covered under warranty or what's going to happen, I'm hoping for the best. All my tow truck drivers were great. I gotta say thank you to AAA. Their phone support is incredible and I really appreciate the 200 and 100 mile towing options. That saved my life. I wanted my car to be at the end of the curb so it could just be pushed right into the shop, and the tow truck driver didn't really put it in the right spot. I told my dad, just get behind the wheel and I'll push it. But 80 years old, he insists that he push the car. Or we both push the car. But it's so hard to steer a big car like this in the dark along next to the curb. I was getting frustrated. It's like, just get in the car and steal, Dad. Dad, like, I could push the car. Finally, I get the wheels lined up just right, and I get behind and push the car with them. And whoop, we're right where I need to be. Perfect. The next afternoon, still in the same spot, nothing done.